Hello everyone and welcome back to Studio Scents. I'm excited to be with you today. Today we're going to break the cellophane off of a fragrance that I've been waiting to try out. We're going to do a first impressions, the first of its kind on Studio Scents. Today with a Nu Parfums Black is Black. So excited to get right into it. Little bit of history with Nu Parfums. They were founded back in 2006, and part of their core mission is that they wanted to create a design-pleasing fragrance that was also at a differentiating or appealing price cost. We're going to have to press the ILT button, because in layman's terms, that just means they wanted to produce a decent quality fragrance at an affordable price. Always honorable efforts, but the results can vary wildly. We can get something distinctively really good, or something that's really synthetic and just not very good at all and not very appealing or pleasing. So let's see how over 10 years of working on Black is Black's formula has fared over the years and see what we're left with here in 2019. The packaging, I'm not 100% sure why I like the smaller, stouter bottles or boxes. I know that on my last review I was complaining about Mercedes-Benz Club being so tall that if you put it on a dresser, you bumped it, it would fall over. So it wasn't, again, as I said in the video, not a deal breaker, not a big deal, but it was slightly annoying. So I do already like the heft and the feel of this box. So let's tear the cellophane off of it and get right into it, shall we? Pretty thick wrapping. Throw that away. You can already see you've got shiny and then a matte, half and half, where black and black is on the, one is on the matte, one is on the shiny. That's pretty cool. I like that. On the back of the box, you can see a graphic that is embossed into the box. It is a photo of the glass, the bottle that's inside. And then you've got your notes from top to base. The top note, we've got grapefruit, lemon, and basil. And for our hard accord, we've got rose and jasmine. And for the base notes, we've got gaiac wood, vanilla, and musk. Go ahead and break into the packaging and see. So on the bottom of the box, you've got your packaging graphics. And interestingly, you've got a expiration date on this. I guess best bought by April of 2019 and would expire April 24th or go beyond its best use date, we'll say. Got the barcode, and I'll bring it up a little bit closer. You've got the address information and the product information there, as well as the batch code. So if you can see that, here are the notes on the back, along with the graphic and the shiny and the matte. Black is Black. So if you can see that. Interesting, got a little graphic of the top, heart, and base notes there. Primarily grapefruit, rose, and then of course the woodsy and gaiac wood. It's going to be an interesting combination to see how this all pans out. So let's get into the box, pull out the bottle. I'm interested to see what that looks like. So as the name implies, we pull out a black bottle. Not surprising. I do like the size of the cap in relation to the bottle itself. Again, it is very stout. Obviously when you put this down, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to fall over or teeter-totter at all. In the very bottom of the bottle, you've got your product information and a round stamp. Not stamp, I'm sorry. It is a adhesive label. And I'm gonna get a little bit closer so that you can see that. If you can see it, back it up a little bit. Hopefully that's visible. And then you got your Black is Black for men. And literally that is all. I like the minimalistic look of the bottle. The thing I like about this bottle is it kind of is reminiscent of a bridge, and I really like bridges. Bridges are representative of so many things, like from journey from A to B, crossing from one place to another, overcoming obstacles, overcoming adversity, attaining goals no matter how hard it is to attain them, and also a journey of loneliness perhaps, you know, bridge, crossing a bridge by yourself. At any rate, it's kind of a nice analogy in bottle form or format in the shape of a bridge. So that's kind of cool. So the bottle's a win. So let's check the cap's strength and see how we like it and how it feels with repeated use. So, okay, it's got a nice click in place. You can see there'd be no disparaging there. from repeated use, which is always a plus as well. And you can definitely hold, and this is a very heavy bottle, but it's not going anywhere. The cap itself is very sturdy, so I like that. When you can hold the bottle up by the cap, that's pretty good quality. So next up, we're going to check the Atomizer. As you well know, Atomizers can often be pretty underwhelming. Ashton's Gent Sense review of Axe body spray, he was discussing how, ironically, it is Axe body spray is so cheap, yet the Atomizer is better than most bottle atomizers. So we'll see that spray pattern again. I want to put it this far out, it probably won't make it, so. Okay, maybe it just needs primed. Okay, so that's just it. It just needed to be primed. So, my bad on that. That's actually pretty impressive spray array, as it were. Wow. You got anise, licorice, definitely a balsamic. I have to say I'm a big fan of yellows and greens, and the citrus has a zing right out the gate with this. It's like a band that's a one-hit wonder that now just tours with other A-list bands and opens for them. And they do their one song and everybody's like, all right, man, I remember that song. I remember what I was doing when that came out. And then they recede into the background and the A-list comes out and takes over. But that works for citrus. That's why you see it in so many opening notes, because it does what it does really well. It lays the groundwork and then it recedes in the background, allowing the bass notes to come to the fore and do what they do really well. So all in all, citrus opens really well with this. I'm not sure it's going to stick around. If it does, that's great. If not, it will allow that warm woodsy, and then the balsamic, the kind of spicy cinnamon, almond, vanilla that is tonka bean. I do smell a bit of a similarity to an Invictus grade fragrance, but that's not a bad thing. It's not tremendous. Finally resting on the laurels of the woodsy musk. Since it's not breaking super new ground and slapping you across the face saying, here, discover me, it does what it does really well though. Let me put the cap back on the bottle, the Atomizer. But it feels more familial in its familiarity. I could definitely see using this as a year-round fragrance, but kind of more going into cold weather and not super high heat, but more like a fall type. Not only just for a fall fragrance, but just generally wear on any occasion. Would I wear it on a first date? Probably not. Not if you want to go for a more bold or more alluring or more mysterious or more discovering type of fragrance. Black is Black says more like been there, done that, or tried and true, or seen it, did it, bought the t-shirt, opted for film, made the film, wrote another book about it, and want to share the experience with the world. Black is Black is a very curated, very wholesome, very positioned fragrance. In other words, if Black is Black were a commodity, it would be coffee. It would be something that everyone's heard of and familiar with, and everyone knows the value of it and is very reliable. Well, that's it, guys, for my first impression of Black is Black. I'm pretty confident that as the day goes on, my view of this fragrance won't change. However, the one thing that we haven't tested is longevity. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some on right now, right here. That's quite a bit. That covered my entire top of my hand. So we're going to let some time go by. I'm going to let about 4 or 5 hours go by and check it out. And with a little bit of quick editing, I'll be right back with you with my impressions of my first impression of its tenacity, its longevity. Be right back. I am back. Yes, it has been several hours, although it may not seem like it, thanks to quick editing and good quality camera. So I'm really impressed, pleasantly surprised, I'll put it, with Black is Black. I bought this bottle at a really good price point at just under $17. I was $16.99 plus tax at TJ Maxx. So I didn't have high expectations in terms of longevity. However, it has lasted really well. The only thing I would say is it's not really a longevity beast, so don't look for it to last for a full 10-hour day. I would say about 5 hours into your day, you want to give yourself a refresher pump so that way you'll get that full round usage of the fragrance itself. But all in all, I was pretty impressed, decently impressed for the price point and for the longevity that you get out of this fragrance. It's using some bases that are really tried and true and that make a really well-rounded, well fleshed out type of fragrance. Guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope you've enjoyed this first impression as much as I have doing it for you. I really am pleasantly surprised with Black is Black. Glad it's part of my collection. If you want to make it part of your collection too, you can get a bottle at your retailer online. Most online retailers are carrying it, and you can go to your local shopping mall or TJ Maxx and pick it up on the cheap as well. As always, like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure to hit that bell icon to get notified when we upload our next video. It's going to be really soon, probably in the next 24 hours. You're going to see that top 5 fragrances for fall coming up. Super important to check that out. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you next time.